Good morning, Grand Rising. Welcome to Ask the Shaman. Okay, light the candle, ring your bell. If you have a candle and if you have a bell. If not, you can borrow mine. Opening up our sacred space as we call in all spirits and energies and beings of light. We call in God, we call in Source, we call in the angels. I want you to open yourself to call in anything that you perceive as beautiful and divine and bring it here today. As I welcome you, welcome to the Tuesday edition of Ask the Shaman. I'm your host, Antonio Corianti. That translates to Anthony Golden Sunshine in English. And I'm here to spread some sunshine, here to spread some light, some love, some laughter. This show is dedicated to helping others just find their way, find along their journey. It's a good place to share your experience. It's a good place to share any questions or knowledge or anything you may have. That's what this show's for. It's a community connection. So as you come in, please comment. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're watching from. Let's give everybody a good morning. Oh, and here we go. One of my favorites. 1 million Buddhas. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I know I'm kind of out of my time slot today. It's 8:45, roughly 8:44. I usually come on at 8, but I'm going to start moving the times around. I'm going to make them more kind of like pop-up. I don't think I'm going to have like set times for the show anymore. I think I'm going to move it around because I like to experiment and do some different things. But it's always about magic and mysticism. Oh, my Misha is a wreck. I'm going to have to refold and retie. This is my little Misha, my Inti Misha. That's my itty bitty Misha. And then I have a healer's Misha. This is called a Humpik Misha. This is my big Misha. And people usually ask, what's a Misha? If you want to know, ask, and I'll tell you about it. I'm open for any and all questions. If you have questions about shamanism, if you have questions about magic, mysticism, metaphysics, spirits, mediumship, energy, work, health, fitness, so on and so forth. Feel free to jump on in and let's start a conversation. Erica Lee, good morning from Massachusetts. Awesome. Massachusetts. I have a past life where I lived in Massachusetts. Brianna Burgess, good morning, Brianna. Nardu, top of the morning. Who else is here? Pop in. Let us know where you're watching from, where you're at. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead us into a little short kind of prayer meditation and then a little bit of breath. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into whatever topics arise. So we can ask for that. We're going to begin. We're going to bring our hands together in front of our heart. We're going to bring our hands into prayer position. And in this position, we're just going to begin to slow our breath down. We're going to take our awareness into our breathing. You're going to breathe in through your nose deep, real deep into your relaxed stomach. And fill up all the way into your chest and out with a soft sigh. Good. And a deep breath into your belly, into your chest, and out with a soft sigh. One more big breath like that. Big breath into your belly, into your chest, and out with a soft sigh. Fantastic. So we're starting here. The hands are in prayer position. What I'm going to do now is use the mind's eye and disciplined imagination, and I'm going to open up my heart space. So using the mind's eye, my imaginative mind, and I'm picturing my heart, the energy center of my heart, and it opens like a big eye or a camera lens. It opens up, and as it opens up, the golden energy of my inner sunshine, of my heart, begins to shine. And as it shines, I'm shining it into these praying hands that are in front of my heart. I'm illuminating my hands. So your eyes are closed and you're sending the energy of your heart into your hands. And what we're going to do is we're going to expand our heart space around us. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all the energy from our heart that's now in our hands. And as we breathe in slowly, we're going to take the energy over our head, into our Wirikocha, into our primary bubble, and then start to spread it out around you as you exhale. So you're going to do this as a practice. We're just going to do this about 5 times. I come back, hands come back into the prayer position. I'm charging my heart energy into my hands, and I bring it up overhead, and I slowly open my arms like a peacock, spreading its fan. I'm opening my bubble around me. I come back. Expand that bubble. We're going to do this 2 more times. And once more. Good. I like to have my hands open now, my palms open. Sometimes I hold them like this. Sometimes I just rest them in my lap. You can put them however you want. The hands are open. And with your hands open, what you're now going to do is put your space of reception. I'm ready to receive. Okay? So this is a passive form of prayer. Now, at the very beginning, we called in, we kind of opened up our spiritual space. But with your hands open, you can use your intention here, now that you're in your bubble, and you're going to call to you whatever it is that you perceive is the most light energy. Light, soft, playful energy. You don't have to know exactly the names of your spirits or anything if it's kind of unfamiliar to you. You're just inviting to you the greatest light. It's through your invitation. It's like a tractor beam. You're pulling to you all that's light. And within your bubble, you're safe. You don't have to worry about any negative or heavy energy. The bubble is designed. Your aura is designed to encapsulate your brightest light. Calling in our brightest light. I call in all forms and beings of light and divine intelligence. I call in all forms of life and wisdom and beauty and love and joy and ease. And these are just words, of course. You use the words to create a feeling. What does your highest power feel like? What is the greatest energy of creation? What is that? What does that feel like? And we're calling that here. I call that into the bubble, into this space. And here is where I begin to really focus on my breathing, okay? Because you're creating a connection with this energy. We've opened the bubble, we've called in the energy, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to breathe it in through my hands. Before I begin, I'm using my mind's eye, my disciplined imagination, and I'm sensing, feeling, understanding that there's energy coming in through the tips of my fingers and my palms, the space in between my fingers. And as you sit here with your hands open, you may feel or begin to understand the vibration in your hands. Feel the vibration of your hands, the energy coming into your hands. And now I'm going to invite it. I'm going to invite it into my body. I'm open and ready to receive. I'm open and ready to receive all that is that I need to know. Whatever I really need energetically, I call that here. Whatever's most beautiful, I call here. And I'm now just drawing that energy into my body. I'm letting it fill up into my chest and my belly and my back. And it's spreading into my arms, into my legs, and up into my head. And filling myself with beautiful light. My light today is very golden, silver. There's a little bit of blue, but it's mostly gold light. I'm taking in beautiful gold and strong light. And now I'm going to begin to use my intention to draw it in through every pore. All the pores of my skin open like little eyes or mouths and begin to drink in the greatest light. And as I call that light here, it begins to enter my body. And now I'm giving it the authority. I'm giving it my permission to begin to dissolve within me anything that's heavy or stuck or stagnant. I currently don't feel anything heavy, stuck, or stagnant. So what I'm going to do is treat my entire body. Sometimes you won't have anything that bothers you. You may have no pain. You may be holding nothing heavy, and that's okay. The exercise, then, you can just bring it into the totality of the body. But if, please excuse me, if you have a space in your body that feels heavy, stuck, or stagnant, or there's a part of you that just needs healing or needs life or needs love, you're going to bring your attention to anywhere in your body, the primary space in your body that needs the most love. And I'm going to invite that love and energy here. I invite it for me, I invite it for you, and I invite it for everyone. I'm beginning to draw in much light into my body, and it's beginning to disintegrate anything that's heavy, any heavy energy that I no longer need. And that's all I'm saying. There's nothing in specific you need to do. You're just allowing it to be. I'm giving you the instruction. Your energy, your spirit is getting the instruction. Now it's time for you just to relax. Your hands are open. You can feel the energy in your hands and the space in between your fingers. And we're going to begin to use our intention to breathe in through our hands as if your palms and fingers were your nostrils. You're going to breathe in through them. And then you're going to blow out sharply through them. Breathe in through your hands and out through your hands. Now, physically, this is impossible. But what you'll notice as you use your mind and you use your visualization and you use your intention, you'll feel that as if you could breathe through your hands. 'Continue to breathe. I'm talking, you're breathing. Your intention is to breathe in light, softness, healing, and you're releasing anything else, anything that's heavy, anything that hurts or is painful. Don't be afraid to allow your emotions to rise. Crying's okay, laughing's okay. Yell a little if you need to. Just continue to breathe. Five more. Three more. Two more. Last one. Charge it up and hold. Charge it up. Charge it up. Hold. Squeeze. Squeeze your entire body. I'm going to count down. When I get to one, you're going to let go and everything goes. 3, 2, 1. Release. Relax. Drop into your body. Let your breath go slow. You're allowing the energy now to just flow. The more sensitive you are, the more you become aware there's a flowing sensation moving across the skin and through the body. And if you're not that sensitive yet, that's okay. Use your mind's eye. Your mind's eye, your ability to visualize, helps you to create a connection with your energy in the field. So don't be worried about it. Don't overthink it. Is this real? Am I making it up in my head? Is this imagining? Leave all that alone. Use your ability just to visualize without question. This is playtime, sacred play. And you're inviting frequency and energy in. And even in the state you're in, you're still in flow. New, fresh energy is softly entering and then softly releasing from you and falling into the earth. Is anything that's heavy. So that's how we explain it in our tradition. There's light energy or refined light, Sami. Beautiful, effervescent light. You can feel it's crisp. It's almost like, I think, one of my favorite explanations, it's like when you crack open a Coke or a fresh beverage that's carbonated. It's very fizzy, effervescence, soft, fuzzy energy that begins to permeate. And then you're releasing all of your heavy energy, which is also just condensed light. You don't want to angrily release. You want to lovingly let go because it's just energy. It doesn't know good or bad. It just responds to our frequency. And even your heavy energy shows up on purpose. It helps you to make changes. And now what we're doing is we're just processing. And you can sit here for a while. And this is where I like to move into meditation. My meditation usually begins with some breath and energy cleansing, a soft one like we did here. And then I'm still just allowing myself, that's where it begins, as my breath becomes slow. I'm breathing in. 5 in and 4, 5 out. 5 in. 2, 3, 4, 5 out. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. 2, 3, 4, 5 out. 2, 3, 4, 5 in. Out. In. Out. In. And out. Let your breath just be slow and just be here for the moment. And I call here for all of us the energy and light of healing. We ask all forms, beings of light, nature beings to bring your perfect medicine here, to bring to us what it is we precisely need for our journey. I call here the living energy of love. May our hearts be filled with love and compassion and joy. I call here the living energy of gratitude. May we vibrate in gratitude, see the beauty of the world around us. May we find the joy and ease in all that we do. I call on the living energy of the breath, of the air. Great spirits of air, of breath. I call you here to bring in the breath of life into our bodies. Help us to bring vast health into our bodies and into our cells. Excuse me. I want you to take a moment and I want you to call in any energies that you may need in your life. Perhaps you need abundance. The thing is abundance is already here. It's not something you need. You just have to get out of the way that you're not already abundant. We call here the energy of wisdom. We call in the energy of grace. You're still breathing slow. breaths become more cleansing. Like an ocean wave. The waves of the ocean. And we call in the elements of the water. We call in the element of the earth. We call in the element of fire and the sun. We call in the element of the sky and the wind. We call in the light and energy of the moon. And lastly, we call in the divine essence of creation. We call in the organizing light of Wiracocha. Ahaya, Iari, Wiracocha, Texe, Muhu, Amaro, Contiti, Wiracocha, Pachama. What you're going to do now is you're going to call out to the heavens. You're going to call out to that animating essence, that organizing light of the universe. In our tradition, we call this Wiracocha. It's the creator, creatrix. It's male and female. It's masculine and feminine. It's all forms of light. And what it said is when you call this light in, it has the ability to harmonize any other two energies. So essentially, it can perfectly blend oil and water. Use that mindset for a moment and picture. Normally, if you put oil and water, it separates. I want you to use your mind's eye and imagine what it would be like if a beautiful violet energy came from the heavens, entered that water, and began to perfectly combine and mix and weave together all the molecules of the water and the oil, perfectly balancing. I want you to behold and witness that in your mind and imagine, what does that feel like to witness that perfect balance? And as you witness that perfect balance, we're now going to invite that light of the upper world through the top of our head. I'm beginning to draw the light down from the heavens. All you have to do is open yourself to receive it. And in this moment, you're just allowing a beautiful violet light to enter into the top of your head, behind your eyes and your cheeks. Ooh, feels so nice. And I want you to imagine it's perfectly organizing all the energy of your body. Organized, coherent energy. Everything begins to communicate perfectly. All of your cells begin to illuminate and communicate perfectly. Draw this energy down through your neck and your shoulders and your arms. And you're just taking your time and allowing it to weave together, to perfectly harmonize the energy of your body down your arms into your hands. Perfectly balanced energy down through your chest and your back and your belly. Perfectly balanced energy all through your organs and your spine, down into your pelvis and your hips, and your reproductive space and your backside. Perfectly balanced energy down the thighs, down through the knees. Perfectly balanced, perfected energy down through the calves and shins, the ankles. And now what you're going to do is allow through your feet to begin to ground into the earth. Imagining as you're allowing the energy to leave you through your feet, coming in through the top of your head and out through your feet, you're allowing yourself to be in flow. Picturing yourself in a soft flow of light, violet light, weaving together, bringing together, harmonizing together all of the energies of your body. Putting you in the best position possible, the healthiest position possible. We're going to breathe in that beautiful light, fill it up into your body. Hold it and release it. Wow, beautiful expansion. 2 more. Breathe in the beautiful light. Hold it and expand it. Once more, breathe in the beautiful light and expand it. Relax, relax, fall into the space, fall into this moment, and let's begin to vibrate in gratitude. I'm so grateful for this day. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for my health. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful for the beautiful tools that have been given me to help me to control my emotional states, to learn how to navigate this life skillfully. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful to all the spirits and beings with which I formed a relationship over the last several years and connected with, and have brought me so much joy and intelligence and help. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank the beautiful angelic beings, the first beings who have come to me and have shown me the power of healing and have helped me to heal my body and my mind and my soul, and have helped me to heal the minds and bodies and souls of others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I give my gratitude to the Paqo Kuna lineage, to the Qatari lineage. I give my thanks to the Huascar lineage. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I give my thanks to this ancient form of light technology, in which has brought me so much intelligence into my body and being, far beyond any forms of human mind or intelligence. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the beautiful light. Thank you to all the ancestors, my personal ancestors and the ancestors of the traditions of the Andes, the great medicine people of the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all medicine people of the world. Thank you to all who I've taught, and my students, and those who have made connections in the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank the sun for its beautiful light and radiance and life-giving energy of the planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful for my friends, my family, my soul family. Thank you, thank you. I'm grateful for my beautiful food that I get to eat. Thank you for clean water. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for clothing. Thank you for a home to live in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the relationships in my life. Thank you. Thank you for all the wonderful people who I have not yet met to love me and for me to love them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a moment and just use some sweet words and allow that gratitude and joy just to grow within you. It's really grown in me, and so much so that it's brought tears of joy to me. And as it brings that tear of joy to me, I want to share it with you. I want to share with you my gratitude and my love. And as you lovingly receive, you want to share it back. Share with me and share with the others that's in this group right now. Share with those beyond this group. Let's share with each other's lives and families. Let's share with the entire world and all of its population. I want to share with you my love, my gratitude, and my light. Let us be the lighthouse. Let us be the radiators of light. Let it shine through you. I am alive. I am life. I am creation itself, and I am enough. Taking in a big breath, let's gather up all the energy in our bubble. I'm going to gather it up. And I'm going to bring it down into my body. Very good. Thank you. We love you. A dove from our heart. We pray to you. We love you so much. Thank you, great God of the universe, great creator of all, the energy of all that is, the universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Taking in a big breath. Nice, fresh air. Hold it. Release slowly. Good. Big, strong breath. Hold. Release slowly. And one more. Big breath. Release slowly. I'm going to count down. When I get to 1, I'm going to snap my fingers. We're going to come back into a waking state, feeling refreshed, calm, healed, alive. 5, 4, 3, slowly coming back. 2, 1. Opening up, opening the eyes, coming back into this space, back into the present moment. Fantastic. Just what I needed. That's my second ceremony of the day. Wow, I feel so good right now. Those of you that followed along, please share. Let us know how you're feeling. How did you like that? I love that. 1 Million Buddha says, do you ever play with tarot cards? I do quite often. I don't do many readings for people. Sometimes I do when I'm called to it. I do probably for myself a couple pulls a week in the tarot. I have a very strong connection with the energy and spirit of it. And I think that's what's most important. Tarot cards, I think, can be very powerful for helping people along the journey. Very helpful. But yeah, sometimes. Mary does more than I do. Morning, beautiful Paqo family. Morning, Queenie. Spooky Encounter says, I'm here. You all can relax now. Cool. We're relaxed. Brianna says, I can't wait for tonight Gong yoga class. The class has helped me so much. Good. Great. Good morning. Good morning, Anzelika. My third eye is vibrating like crazy. Yay. Okay, super groovy. And feeling so lightheaded. Good. So ground yourself. If you're feeling lightheaded, Brianna, opening up the navel. Opening up your navel. And all of us can do this. You want to do a grounding exercise? So grounding is really powerful. Getting your feet out in the grass or the dirt or the sand is very powerful. But you can also ground energetically anytime. You can be in a skyscraper or on an airplane, and you can still ground. This has to do with your intention, because distance is actually illusory. It's something created by the mind. All is one living energy. So what I like to do is I use my mind's eye, my disciplined imagination. And what I do is I create a connection through my navel. I usually go from the belly button down. From my belly button down right now, just as I just said it, it's turned into roots. Roots like a tree. I can feel my roots. They go into the earth and they start to spread off in all directions. And that's my connection, my umbilical kind of connection. It's mostly in the umbilicus for me. It's different for other people. It can be more in your tailbone or more like in your perineum. It doesn't matter. It's more about your intention. What would it feel like for you to be grounded, plugged in essentially to the earth, grounded? For my friend 1 Million Buddhas, who's an electrician, it's like you've turned into a grounding rod. You're a grounding rod. You're grounded to the earth. And as you're grounded there, that's your intention. And now what you do is you begin to allow yourself to connect with the earth. And you're allowing the flow of energy that's naturally coming through you from the top down to move into the tailbone and through the navel and out through your roots into the earth. And as you're allowing yourself to root, what this does, this puts you in flow. This puts you in circuit, because sometimes the lightheadedness that happens, that's because there's trapped energy up high and it's not moving down low. Allowing yourself to flow. And when you're in this grounded state, you can also use that as a time to let go or release any heavy energy you have. That's not a bad thing. You're not taking your hurt or pain and putting it into the earth. What you're doing is we're calling it hurt and pain. It's energy. It's light. It's just condensed light. It's heavy light. We can't use it, but for the earth, it's perfect for her. It's perfect food. So no, anytime that you're grounding and you're allowing yourself to let go of the heaviness and let it fall, that's what gravity's for. Gravity's meant to draw through you. And if you're really still and you slow down your breath, you become aware that there is always this soft pull of gravity moving through you. Soft flow of energy moving through you. It's always there. All you have to do is give it your attention. and let go. Don't try to trace it or track it or follow it. You just know it is, and you get out of the way. That's the hard part, because the mind always wants to jump in. I need to know, where is that? What is that? What's going on? What is it? It's asking questions and trying to judge everything all the time, trying to figure it out. Don't try to figure it out. Just be. I'm in flow. And the more you relax and let it happen, the more that flow, that soft flow, it's like you're floating downstream. Sometimes I just picture myself floating downstream, like I'm laying on a beautiful inner tube, and it's floating down the river, soft and gentle. That's a beautiful way for you to just bring relaxation into the moment. This is a beautiful way for you to learn, teach your body how to ground stress. Stress isn't a bad thing. It's just how we use it. We make it as if stress is this terrible thing. We're meant to generate hucha. Hucha is that heavy energy. We're actually the only species on the planet that can generate hucha. And our job is to flow with it. Because that energy, that hucha, is also creation. You need that heaviness, or what someone may call negative. You need the positive of the upper world of the sun and the negative of the lower world and the earth to begin to come together to create. It's that polarity that is creation. We often think the lower world or our bad emotions that don't feel good or that heavy energy is bad stuff, but it's not bad. It's all one living energy. It just needs to be organized and used properly. Used properly. Being stuck in you, that's not being used properly. Sometimes it is. Sometimes that heavy energy, it needs to be there because it creates discomfort. Discomfort leads us to change. You won't change unless you're uncomfortable. Like if you were laying on your side and your shoulder starts to hurt, your body says, my shoulder hurts. Let's get off this shoulder. You're uncomfortable. That's the signal. You move, the uncomfortability leaves, and you're in a new position. Do you see? It works the same way with all the problems of your life. The things you think are problems are opportunities. They're signals for you to change. Pain is inevitable. It's going to happen. We're here for that. Along with pain is going to be joy. You want balance in your life. What I can tell you is this: the more joy and beauty you find in your life, on the other side of that, you will also experience pain, because this is balance. It's always happening. As we become more sensitive, we feel more of it. Every day, my sensitivity grows for the beauty, for the joy, for the ease. My sensitivity also feels the parts of me that feel pain. The pain is more, but I grow in the ability to process. Pain's not bad. It's just trying to teach me. And if I use that mindset, if I understand that God or the creator or the universe, however you wish to look at it, however that is for you, if you open yourself to understand that creation is always working, it's always working at its greatest capacity for your benefit. Always, even if in the moment it doesn't seem that way. But I'll tell you this: if you're still alive and breathing right now, that's just because you got more work to do. You got more things to allow to flow through you, to express you and expand you. If you allow yourself to be in flow without resistance, and even when the heavy stuff arises, allowing yourself to accept it, welcome it, be loving to it, and process it, everything becomes much better in flow. I'm taking in a beautiful channel right now, and it's just sharing. It's sharing information and energy. Through my physical words, there's energy, but there's also a flow, like ripples in a pond coming off of me. Allow yourself to just receive any and all energy that's in this space. I am love. Beautiful. I feel very loved. I feel embraced and cared for. I want to thank you all so much for being here this morning. Spooky encounters, bunch of cool emojis. I like you. And Zedika, I could feel someone holding my arm. Awesome. Invite. I love that. Usually it's one of my ancestors likes to hold my arms. I have a feeling of like a hand on my arm or like an embrace around my arm. Crying right now. Good. Let that go. Let that all go. That'll get you primed and ready for your gong yoga tonight. I hope you bring your Misha to those things. Bring your Misha and set it on your yoga mat. And if you lay down, set it on your belly. Put your Misha on your belly. Okay. The floor is open. I'm here for anyone that would like to share anything or has any questions. Anything that's going on. What's going on in your world? What's happening? My world's been amazing. I've come out of, I'm like semi-retired again from heating and air conditioning. So I've been doing a lot of heating and air conditioning work lately, actually. And I plan on doing more because what that does is that takes me a little bit away from what I'm doing here. But what it does is it's opening up the ability to create abundance so I can create more. Because when I started this, I had this idea or feeling that just the love of others would be enough, that people would have enough love in their hearts to help to expand something so wonderful as this organization, the Positive Pineapple. But as far as, collective consciousness, we're just not there yet. And that's okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to work harder. I'm going to do more so that way I can create and provide more. This has put me in a little bit of a back seat to some things that I'm trying to create. I'm currently working on creating a breathwork certification course as well as a energy medicine course. I was going to call it like a shamanic training, but I think we're just going to, because it's more than just one thing. I've combined many forms, and what this is my form of shamanism. All right, I am a Paqo. I am also a teacher of the Paqo Kuna Tradition, and that's a primary structure in my energetic way, but that's not the only structure. So I teach from different kind of levels of being, but very powerful. I love to help people open up their gift. I don't like to teach in a way where this is it. This is the only way it can be. I teach from a way that I can give you tools to begin to create a structure in which to put your energy and your power. Each one of us has a particular genius within us, a beautiful form of genius. And this can come through in many forms in many different ways. All we have to do is get out of the way. You don't have to bring more here. You don't have to like people think manifestation is I'm going to manifest, I'm going to bring here abundance or bring the energy of that here. You can invite it here. It's already here. And through that invitation, you're allowing yourself to take it in. One of the easiest ways to do that is to begin matching vibrations. So say I'm working with someone and they have chronic illness. A very powerful tool I may have them start with is visualizing themselves completely healthy. Like visualize or just like how I'll have people visualize, what is your greatest self? What is that person? Your future self? Who do you want to be? These are questions. Self-inquiry is very powerful and very potent. Visualization is very potent, but don't get caught just at the visual. The visual is one aspect. That's one form of energy. That's unmanifested light. Whatever you can imagine exists. Maybe not in this physical realm or form, but it exists. Existence. It's existence itself. So whatever you can imagine and picture in your head, you can bring into reality here. So I always invite, take time to picture the most beautiful things. Take time to find the good in your life. Take time to find the good in others. If you find yourself complaining about others, saying poor things about other people and their choices because it bothers you in some sort of way. I need you to understand that you're cultivating heavy energy. You're going to cultivate negativity, whatever you're saying. And so this takes me into some of the teachings of Don Miguel Ruiz, who is a Toltec shaman. And he actually wrote a book called The Four Agreements. And the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. Okay, I talk about this often. Be impeccable with your word. What does that mean? That means being careful about how you speak. You know, not careful like, ooh, I'm afraid. Care, with care, careful. With care I shall speak. Okay, this is something I'm still learning. Okay, and I think for most people, they're still learning. It's not like an end process. You don't say, that's it, I'm impeccable with my word, there's no other problems. It's a guideline. When I find myself not being impeccable with my word, when I find myself complaining about a situation, when I find myself saying something that's heavy about another person because I'm frustrated, I realize, well, that's about me, right? So I get to look at that. So it's not just like, well, be impeccable with your word. It's also be aware when you're not impeccable with your word, when you're not being impeccable. And then going deeper, how do you speak to yourself? For me, that is the really true depth of be impeccable with your word. How do you talk to yourself? Are you saying to yourself beautiful things? And you can try this sometimes. So next time you're feeling tired or crabby or irritated and your mind's going, I'm so tired, this is so hard. When you find the mind complaining, try this. I tell you, it works amazing, especially tired. I'm exhausted, I'm tired. Start to say, I'm not tired. I have all the energy in the world, and start to speed up your breath. I'm not tired, and I have all the energy of the world. I'm alive and full of energy. I'm full of energy and full of life. You'll start to wake up the parts of you. You actually have so much more control over your state than you realize through how you're talking to yourself, being impeccable with your word. And then the next one is, so the first one's be impeccable with your word. The second one, which is very difficult for most human beings, I still sometimes do, don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally, right? And then so the first thing the mind says, how am I not going to take anything personally? When this person's doing this or that, you choose. As you choose to take it personally, you can also choose to not take it personally. You already believe, you have a belief that you should take it personally. What if you change that? I believe I do not need to take that personally, right? How other people act, what they say, how I just pointed out. When I find myself being not impeccable with my words, especially towards another person, why is that? It's about how I feel. It's not really about them. I can't have no control over what their choices are. And it's also understanding that everyone's doing the best they can with the information they have. They're doing the best they can. Are you doing the best you can? I know you are. So is everyone else, right? And so that brings in compassion. I understand that they're doing the best they can, even if I don't agree with their choices. Their choices aren't for me. So don't take anything personally. Third, don't make assumptions. The third step, the third agreement, because these are the four agreements. The third agreement, don't make assumptions. Don't assume anything. Just observe. Don't assume. You have no idea what it's like to be someone else. You know what it's like to be you. We assume all the time because this person has this or does this or acts this way that they have it better than we do. Conversely, people are saying, well, they have it worse than I do. That's not actually true. You don't know that. That's what you're saying. What I will tell you is through my vast experience now working with people all over the globe, we all, excuse me, generally have the same problems most of the time, just in different configurations. The energy, the frequencies of what we're considering problems or trouble is very much the same in most people. However, the story is different. The story is the thing, but the story, it's the agreement to the story is what creates the issues in our life. What if there was no story for you to agree to? What if I could snap my fingers and give you amnesia and you don't remember your past? You don't even remember your name or your sex or your race or your religion or anything. None of the stories, none of the ideas that have been grafted upon you. If we took all of that away, all of that information away and started from a clean slate right here, who would you be? Do you have that choice in any moment to decide who you want to be? You don't have to explain, apologize, or anything for being who you want to be. Be it. Do you want to be a happy, healthy, strong person? Be it. Do you want to be free? Do you want to be abundant? Be it. Choose that now. Choose that. Go that way. Become that. Be who you want to be. Don't let anyone else tell you who that is. That's for you. And if you're unsure of who that is, that's where it's really beautiful for you to move into that passive prayer, like we were at earlier. You can ask the higher source. You can ask your higher mind, what do I really need? What do I really, really need? And what you really need often does not align with what you want. What do I really need? And invite that here. So never make assumptions. Try not to assume. You know nothing. It's easier if I just don't know anything and I don't assume. Okay? And then 4. This one's real easy. Oh, you are already. But imagine if you have the intention to do that. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. I do my best. I am my best. You see, you could change the wording of that. I'm not going to do my best when it gets here. I am my best right now. Choose that. What's the best version of you? What does he or she do? Or it. I don't want to assume gender. We live in a time where that would be an assumption, you see. There's lots of arguments to that, which I won't get involved in. That's not for me. I respect anyone's belief system, however it is. I do not, however, have to agree. And I love everybody the same. I don't love anyone more or less than the next. Because the thing is, no one is above nor below the next. And this ain't even talking about people, because everything's alive. The cool part is now we live in this time where science is proving that plants are sentient and alive. I've already known this because I communicate with plants, okay, and trees. I communicate with these things, not in the way I communicate with you through this verbal 3D kind of connection. It's an energetic awareness feeling connection. Plants, they have feelings, they hear, they sense, they see you. You can totally have a loving relationship with the plant. If you don't have any houseplants, get one. Start to talk to it every day lovingly. Say beautiful things to it. Tell it how beautiful it is. Because when you're doing that, you're also telling you how beautiful you are, because there is no separation. What is the importance of dogs in a dream? Well, Angelica, that's not like a cookie cutter question. Somebody may try to give you some cookie cutter question. You could go on Google and, see what other people say, which is fine. But what I tell you is leave that with a grain of salt. It's just, that's a potential. What I always tell you is if you're having dogs in your dream, I need you to pay attention to what do you feel about it. Not what does it, because you're asking me, what does it mean? Well, that's not how it works. You're saying this vision of a dog. How does a dog feel to you? Okay, so if we're talking about me, a dog is man's best friend. Unconditional love. And so what I feel about that, what I feel this could be for you, is this is a form of guidance that's showing up for you in your dream. Also, I'm having this sense like, did you have like a childhood pet or something that you lost and you had a lot of pain, or there's something there. There's some sort of pained issue surrounding a canine energy. So you can look at that. The thing is this is why I tell everybody, don't go by what someone tells you something means. I'm not going to tell you what that means. I don't know what that means for you. What I will is I'll guide you into, how does it feel for you? How does it feel? And like I said, there's some things. Pay attention to, what are the characteristics of a dog? How do you see a dog? How does a dog feel to you? It's showing you. It's not about the image. It's about the feeling. Images are very small amounts of information. Our eyes only see a fraction of 1% of the entire electromagnetic field. However, you are the entire electromagnetic field. So that means you have the ability to observe it energetically beyond this sort of vision. So that's what I always point people to. It's more about, like, when you see synchronistic numbers, the first thing a lot of people do is they'll go and they'll Google, what does it mean, this angel number? That's fine. Don't get trapped there. I would like for you more to, when a synchronous event happens, open up your awareness. Slow your breath down. Become receptive. Become an absorber of light. That's what I feel is the best move whenever there's a synchronous kind of thing. Your awareness. So is Don Miguel, ask his son. I'm not sure what you're saying there. We're not in real time with the communication. Still crying. Good. Let it go. You need to cry. You need to let those things go. There's still lots of work you've still need to do. A lot of these things show up in your reality, but there's forms of what's coming through right to me is communication. There's communication blockages happening in your reality. Which is normal for most human beings. We have a hard time expressing ourselves, saying what we need. Bring that here, bring it to you. Don't be afraid to ask for what you really need. And that's important, not for what you want, but what you really need. Just because you want something doesn't mean you're going to get it, no matter how great of a manifester you are. What's meant for you will show up, and what you vibrate with will show up. Your current reality is a mirror. It's a reflection of your current mode of vibration. So if we change our vibration, what happens? Our reality shifts. It changes into something else. Anybody have any questions this morning? I love to investigate those. And while we wait, I'm going to do the commercial. Book a session with us at thepositivepineapple.org. There's lots of choices. If you're on the fence and not sure if shamanic healing is right for you, you can have a 30-minute consultation. This costs $55. And in that consultation, we will go over what's going on in your life, what you need, or what the next steps may be. For most people, just the consultations can be life-changing. I moved into a space where it seems that in my practice, I'm now doing more than just kind of one-off healings. Most of the people that are with me in my current reality are seeing me repeatedly. They're seeing me bi-weekly. Some people are seeing me weekly, which is really quite helpful, because imagine how much I could help you if I could see you in a session weekly to work on just what you need, just what's going on in your life. Imagine how much I could help you if I could be there to shadow you, right? So that's available. I have that available for people. Affordability is an issue for a lot of people in that kind of space, but I try to make things work. Energy exchange is super important. I need the energy exchange, however that shows up. I have some people that just can't make the energy exchange monetarily, so they end up doing some work for us, doing some work, putting together some promotions and things, helping us reach out into the world. So there are options. Okay, there's options. But I'm here to help. Mary's here to help anybody that's looking for some really solid coaching, because a little coaching goes a long way. Just a little. Even if you don't think you need it. If you don't think you need coaching, you need more. Because we all do. I have coaches in my life as well. I have people that I work with to help me. So we all need that. We all need that kind of thing. The craziest thing is the ego mind that thinks you have to do everything yourself. Who is it that's saying that? Who is this self? I'll do it myself. But you're not interdependent. You're not independent from anything else. Everything is interdependent. One living energy. So when you say you're doing it yourself, that means everything. I need all the spirits that surround me. I need my human teachers and my interactions, my friends, my family members, my soul family members. Those are all parts of the interaction of this life. To think you're doing it all on your own, that's all ego mind. You can't do it all on your own. It's impossible. Help support our mission of healing if you like what we're doing. Make a donation. A little bit goes a long way. Thank you for your generous donations. Some of you are quite helpful and help us keep going. I've had to kind of back down on some of the things, like I said, I'm doing, because I have to do my best to try to create abundance to continue to grow this. I have lots of plans and what I want to do. So I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm just going to keep going. Keep going. All right. Nobody has anything they want to explore today? No metaphysical or religious or energetic or spiritual kinds of questions today? I'll give you a couple minutes. Brianna says, the healing Anthony does is amazing. He helped me a lot with connecting to my butterfly. I think it's supposed to say being, and helped me heal from headaches. Oh, on top of hundreds of other things, right? There's hundreds of other things that I've helped you with. Yeah, it's been quite vast, of a vast expanse. Thank you, Brianna. Headaches. Headaches is a common one. I have a lot of people come to me with headaches. And I'll never forget, that was my first interaction with Miss Brianna Burgess. She was guided to one of our live streams where I was doing some healings that day. And she used to have like very common recurring headaches. And my first reaction was, okay, I'm going to take this headache away from her. But as I got ready to do that, my spiritual guidance came forward and said, no, teach her how to do it. So right there on a live stream, I taught Brianna how to access her own healing potential and bring healing to her headaches. And now I don't think you really have too many headaches, right? And when you do, you kind of know how to fix them. So that's super cool. That's my favorite thing, is to try to help people learn how to become healers of their body. Because you are a healer of your body. Sometimes you need the shaman to help you get that kick started or to help you along your journey. But that's what I'd like to do, is get people started in a direction where they can heal their mind and their body. This begins to connect us deeper into our spiritual self. Because when the mind and the body are suffering, it kind of mutes out our spiritual awareness. As we begin to calm ourselves, the body becomes healthy, the breathing changes, the respiratory musculature becomes more alive, your body gets used to moving fluid and all kinds of things. Your entire being begins to change. I mean, I'll be 48 years old this year, and I got to tell you, I feel really good. I do have a little bit of histamine issue. I have a little bit of like allergy kind of issue going on, but it's really minor as opposed to how it used to be for me. I probably could put more effort into changing that, though. Okay, here's a big one. Let's see what's going on. Tachi, good morning. I tried ketamine therapy recently. It was incredible. It was like my incessant thinking was like this balloon of thoughts in the distance. Yep. I had the thought that I should be thinking, worrying, but the specific thoughts that were usually there weren't. Just the idea that the thoughts were there, but they weren't dominating. I've done 3 sessions, can't wait for my 4th. I've been integrating the lessons I've learned, and my awareness of the incessant thoughts is very sharp, and my reactivity, I don't know where else, maybe there's more. Yeah, I think that's cool. I mean, lots of people, I work with several people. These are veterans that get ketamine therapies. The biggest issue with the ketamine therapy is non-integration. You go and you do the therapy, but there's no one there with you to help integrate. And again, this kind of goes into, for most people, self-integration is very limited. Most people need an expert or someone that's in that field, in the field of energetic and spiritual integration to help them to integrate, zip it all together. Seems to work the best. So yeah, I work with a lot of people who are on ketamine therapies, and that's usually they come to me as we use the ketamine therapy. What that does is this temporarily changes the flow of information between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. This is temporary, but what happens is they come to me, and what we do is we work energetically to make those connections permanent. Okay. So otherwise, what happens is you'll be doing ketamine therapy for the rest of your life. You'll do the therapy, non-integration happens. You'll feel good for a while. Those neural synapses, the new firing and wiring of new frequencies of mind are there. But if you don't feed them, they atrophy and come back. And now you're back where you started, overthinking and depressed. And then what happens is you do more ketamine. And then so it can become addicting. So I also have helped a bunch of different people come away from ketamine addiction. Okay. As a shamanic priest, I will never tell anyone that you have to take any sort of psychedelic medication, any sort of hallucinogens or anything like that. Everything you need is already in you. And if you have the will to do so, you can access something that's far more powerful than ketamine or psilocybin. You can, or acid or MDMA or any of the other medicines that are being used, they're already within you. The external medicine will never show you how to find that. You are the only one that can find that. So that's where I put people into. I love psychedelics. I used different psychedelic therapies earlier on in my healing. I'm at a point now in my consciousness where my life is psychedelic. I don't need any extra help. Both sides of my brain are communicating and firing in a beautiful way. Every day it's alive and learning, and I work for that expansion. I can access my DMT, my own dimethyltryptamine, in about 3 breaths. 3 strong breaths from tailbone to scalp. I'm already coming out of body. Okay. So excellent. Thank you so much, Tachi, because I love to talk about psychedelic treatments and things. They never, so reactivity is small. They don't control me as much. Well, they never controlled you. You're saying that. So this goes into the stories we tell ourselves. Man, I'd like to schedule my next session and maybe get with you right after. That would be awesome. Good. Let's do that. Makes a lot of sense. Old patterns are coming back. Well, that's in alignment with like what I'm saying. Common thing. Ayahuasca has kind of become a really big thing in this time. And when people find out I'm a Peruvian shaman, you're a Peruvian shaman, the first thing they ask, ayahuasca? No ayahuasca. Don't need ayahuasca. We have spirit, we have energy. Ayahuasca. So most of these things, we regard them as jungle medicines. And jungle medicines are okay. If that's what pops up in your reality and you feel called to do it, try it out. I don't speak out against anyone's ideas, what they can do. What I will tell you is integration is the most important thing. And so sitting with a shaman who can help you through the intricacies of the nervous system, okay? Because that's really what's happening. We're taking the psychedelics because it's altering the nervous system. Your nervous system is your primary interface in this reality, and how it vibrates has everything to do with how you perceive reality. So when you take the psychedelic, that's why we have visions and everything. The psychedelic isn't creating that. It's opening your ability to become aware of that. It's already here. Fractal patterns, lights, frequency, it's all moving and doing different things. We're just trapped in this one frequency of consciousness most of the time. When we take psychedelics, that opens up the consciousness, but it's temporary. It's like a flash. Taking psychedelics will not lead to enlightenment. That's not what will happen. You won't take mushrooms and ayahuasca and become enlightened. That's not what will happen. You will, it's a teacher. The plant's a teacher. The plant, you come into the plant, and it's even more important because this is not what happens with most people, developing a relationship with the medicine. Relationship. So that comes into having like pre-education with the person that you're doing this with. There should be pre-education first about exactly what the compound is, how does it work, what does it do, and then going deeper, working with a priest or a shaman to help you to cultivate a spiritual or energetic connection with the medicine. Because by you doing that, now you're able to integrate more of its light. Okay. But taking the medicine, good. What that'll do, it'll change your brainwave rate for a while, like our friend Tachi was saying. And now the way he's thinking has changed. Why? Because the frequency and vibration of the nervous system has changed. However, that's impermanent. It's a temporary change. So from there, you have to take the change. And just as we were talking about, the next thing you want to do is post. So this goes for anybody. If you do mushrooms, if you do ketamine, if whatever it is, seek out someone like me who's there to help you to integrate that. That will bring you so much more success in the energy medicine, into the medicine itself, adding the energy medicine, the spiritual medicine in with the jungle medicine. Then they work together. They become cohesive. One doesn't work as well without the other. Okay, putting them together is, it's synergy. It comes together. Plus, there's many other things one can do because it's all, like I said, I train other people precisely in the field of learning how to rewire the mind and the nervous system. This is no easy task, okay? It's something that requires practice because the current nervous system and the current life that we perceive right now, how did it get there? You practiced it, maybe even unknowingly. You practice it. You repetitively developed this life. Well, you can repetitively develop another as well. Yes, I can access endogenous DMT in 5 breaths, and it's usually more powerful than external substances. Yeah, I would always tell you, Tashi, if you have that capability, you don't need any external medicine. You don't need ketamine, is what I would tell you. Do what you want. I'm not going to tell you what, I'm just going to tell you what my perception and feeling is about it. If you have the ability to access DMT, do that, right? Because otherwise the ketamine just becomes an escape. You already have what it takes. This is the thing where people have to watch out because, there's a difference between using psychedelics to change your brain and your nervous system and your mind. And then there's a difference between that and taking it to escape how I feel. One is healing. The other is doing drugs. You see, there's a difference in how it works. And this goes with all compounds. Okay. Cannabis. I love cannabis. I think cannabis is a fantastic medicine, especially when it's used properly. However, I rarely find people who are using it properly. Other cannabis shamans, right? I'm a cannabis shaman. I love cannabis. One of the first plants and energies that I was really able to connect with on a deep, deep level. Okay. It changes your nervous system, changes everything, but you got to use it properly. You have to develop a relationship with the medicine. You have to integrate the medicine. You don't want to be like, I had a bad day. You never want to do this. You never want to smoke a joint or a bong, rip a bong because you've had a bad day. Same with anything. You don't want to do something. I've had a bad day, so I should drink some vodka. Do you see what you're saying? I need to escape this shit. What you want to do is sit with it. Slow your breath down. Did I have a bad day, or is this the story I'm agreeing to? Right? You can start to redesign your life. Redesign the way you're talking to yourself. Now, that's just one step, okay? This is reframing, restructuring your reality. You also then have to begin to understand, why do I react the way I react? What needs to change? What need is not being met? These are the things we hide from ourselves. These are the things that we don't know about ourselves, and what keeps us searching externally for some sort of change. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Well, Tachi, thank you so much for sharing about your ketamine journey. And you can feel free to reach out to me anytime with any questions or anything. I'm here to help everybody. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. I want to see you become your greatest possible self. Nothing to me could be more beautiful or more rewarding. That's my favorite. It's my favorite thing, is seeing the light come on in someone, seeing someone step into a new way of thinking, one new thought. May you have one new thought today. I love you all so much. I'm going to take off now. I have a few things I got to get done this morning. I'm not doing any HVAC work today, but that is open. Anybody that's local, if you're ready to get your air conditioner cleaned and serviced, please reach out to me. I do a top-notch job with these things. I help people keep their air conditioners running at top-notch for long periods of time. I have people who have AC units that are over 40 years old. Standard lifespan of an air conditioner is about 15 to 20 years up here in this temperature zone. We can make them run a lot longer with some proper maintenance. Again, if you can make a donation, please do. A couple dollars goes a long way. Don't be stingy. Share your energy. I share mine, share yours. Let us all be in divine reciprocity. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this up. I'm going to give some thanks and gratitude to the spirit. So what you can do now as we close this session is you can close your eyes. Close your eyes, taking a deep, full breath into your belly, into your chest, and out with a soft sigh. And again, belly, chest, head. Hold it. Once more, belly, chest, head. Relaxing. Let us give gratitude. And Nike, Nike, Nike. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all the beings of light, energies, and frequencies, all the gods, the goddesses, all the angels, all the nature beings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to our beautiful ancestors who have entered into this space. And Nike, Kuyaki. Thank you to all the plant teachers and medicines in which we are able to talk about and bring energy here today. Thank you to the living energy of the breath. Thank you, spirit of breath. And Nike, Kuyaki, Arpichai. Thank you to the sun, the moon, the heaven, the stars, the birds, the bees, the trees. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The mountains, the valleys, the lakes, the rivers, the streams. A Nike, a Nike, a Nike, a Nike, Kuyaki, Arpichai, Sonkolai. Arpichai, Sonkolai, Arpichai, Sonkolai. Woo, woo. Can you feel that? I can. Douche. I love you all so much. I hope that you have a beautiful day. I'll be back Thursday. However, I do not believe I'll be on in the morning. I think this Thursday, I'm going to aim to go for a night show, maybe like 9, 10 o'clock, something like that, after dark. So I think Thursday after dark is going to be the day that, yeah, it will be for sure. Thursday. So I'm just going to put that out there. Thursday is going to be an evening show. Tomorrow, there probably, although I haven't talked to Zane, I'm assuming that he'll probably join me on SOAR tomorrow, Wednesday night, 6 p.m. That's a show I do with Don Zane Kerfman, who is my wonderful teacher of the Paqo Kuna Tradition. We usually have some pretty good conversations about different things. And so I invite you to bring your questions and things there. I think that's it. I'm going to cut out of here. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful day. Remember to breathe and be love, friends. Bye-bye.